Alright guys, I want to share a pretty amazing story with you guys. One that we all hear about, but rarely get to witness ourselves. This happened about 3 weeks ago. This is the Sunday after that. I think it might have been a 200. And I let the birds out just to kind of gauge how well they were recovering, see if they even wanted to fly or not. I wasn't pushing them, I just kind of let them out and let them do their thing. After a while, the birds, they flew around, gave me a good probably half hour, 40 minutes. And after that, they started coming down. So I put out some bass for them, let them do their thing. I had time. It was a Sunday afternoon. I had plenty of time. Some birds were out scattered flying. Some birds were up in the tree, and a few were on the ground. Well, I had a couple birds between the hen's coop, right about where those logs are back there. And a buddy of mine was over. We were having our morning coffee, and we were talking. And I hear a commotion. And I thought, as I look over in that corner, I thought I saw a dark image run off into the woods. It might have been maybe a cat or a skunk or something try to grab those birds. Because one of the birds quickly landed on top of the aviary. And it looked hurt. It looked like something tried to grab it. So I get up and I quickly recover that bird. And I'm looking at it, and sure enough, I mean, its left wing, the feathers are ruffled. Something happened. Something tried to grab it. I thought, well, I didn't think anything of it. I said, it'll recover. There's no blood. There's no sign of injury. I let the bird go, and it couldn't fly more than 20 feet. It barely made it from my hands to the apiary. And, well, that's strange. I said, well, the next morning I'll hold him back. I won't send him on a training toss, and I'll let him out and see how he does. I sent all the birds out. I was prepping everything, setting the food up. I had to go to work, so I let the bird out. Most it can do was fly from the loft to about that pergola, and then right back. I mean, you can tell it was really struggling to even get across that. It looked almost as if somebody had taped his flights together on the one side, and he couldn't really stretch that wing out. So I held him back. I held him back for all the training. I held him back for the last 2 races because he's hurt. I said, well, if he can't recover, I'm not going to send him, Well, with that being said, guys, Friday before the races, I had to rush home. I worked till 5 on Friday. We start basketing at 6, and we didn't want to be too late. I had a buddy over. He was helping me out. We were basketing the birds. And by mistake, the bird was tossed in the basket. I didn't notice because my buddy put him in there, and I forgot to tell him, hey, don't put 1045 in the basket. He's hurt. This is that 250 that we just had, that really tough race. So we get to the club. You're not allowed to handle your birds, so I didn't notice. I was handling another fancier's birds, and the bird got placed. Only that night did I notice when I got home. I was looking for the bird. I can't find him anywhere. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I said, shoot, man, we sent that damn bird. I said, well, what are we going to do now? Can't change anything. I mean, kiss the bird goodbye at this point. It didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Sent them. I called my buddy. I said, hey, man, no big deal, but we sent the bird that was hurt. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe by chance somehow he'll come back. But at this point, it is what it is. There's not much more we can do. Thursday night, I'm on the couch, and my living room faces the backyard here, and it's dark. It's not pitch black yet, but it's dark. The light pole's on. It's dark, and I see a bird drop on top of the aviary there and start to want to make his way in, but the traps were closed, so it was fighting to try to get in. Well, I didn't think much of it because I had trained the birds that morning, and I figured, well, one of them got mixed up with another group of birds, and now was finally coming home, or that fancier finally let him out, realized it wasn't his bird. Nonetheless, I ran out there, opened the bumpers, and let him in. I said, for curiosity's sake, let me go ahead and see which bird that is. And wouldn't you know it, it was 1045. And I sat there and thought to myself, this is unbelievable. That I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. I quickly called my buddy and I said, hey man, you wouldn't believe this, but 1045's home. He kind of had the same reaction. He says, there's no way, that bird can't fly. And I said, I'm telling you, I'm holding him in my hands. He's home. And he goes, well, maybe he recovered and we didn't notice. And I said, that's fine, but I still haven't trained this bird out a single mile in 2 weeks. That's tough. 5 days from 250 miles. So the next morning, I let him out. This morning, actually. Yesterday, I held him in after the races. The day before, I held him in after the races. So today, I let him out. And sure as shit, man, he barely made it to the house. He tried to follow the group of birds as they flew out of the aviaries and barely made it to the house. And I'm still in awe on how this bird made it home. This bird is pure heart. to wake up every single morning, hundreds of miles away, and figure it out. Figure it out again every single morning. I've lost better birds from shorter distances. Birds that have been to that location before. Just on this last race, I'm still missing 2 birds that have been to this race before. And this bird, Hurt, made it back from 250 miles every single day, waking up, finding food, finding water, and finding his way back again. I'm not saying this is a race winner, guys, but this bird's got heart. This bird's got something that I may choose to keep and throw into the stock loft just to see. I mean, obviously he's got the brains. I'm not trying to make a bigger deal than it really is, but it's unbelievable. I mean, like, again, it's one of those stories we all hear about, but we rarely get to witness ourselves. He's up in the tree now. I've been trying to get him down, but I think it's because I've been putting my energy on him. He's starting to realize that, that's the bird I want, so he's just staying away. I just want to show you guys. I want to catch him on camera and show you guys how he's flying. Not that I have anything to prove, but it's unbelievable. Unbelievable that this bird can barely fly as it is and made it home. I mean, even if it was a year later, I'd still be unbelievable. But 5 days later, every single morning, this bird got up and said, well, I got to figure it out. I got to make it I don't know. Shoot, 250 miles. That's 50 miles a day. Every single morning, this bird had to get up and find a way to make 50 miles with a Hurt wing. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I'm really considering just throwing this bird in the stock loft and trying him, because at this point, I don't think I can send him to any races. And if I do, that's just cruel. Why would you send a bird that's hurt? I'm really considering throwing him into stock loft. The backstory of this bird: the mother was a 2-time race winner, won at 300 and at, I think, 350. There's quality there. I don't mind stocking them. I like the birds to perform. I like them to do well before they go into stock. But man, this bird's got heart, and I think I'm gonna hold him back. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, again, like I said, we've all hear stories like this all the time, and it rarely happens that you get to witness it yourself. But let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna try to catch him when he comes down, just to show you guys how he actually flies, how he was able to fly from 200, I think it was 44, 46 miles for me, all the way home in 5 days. Unreal. All right, guys.